nation. Now here's the host, Hey, what's good, everybody? This is All Wrestling Talk Nation, and I am your host, C Double. And with me today is one and the only Hoss Michaels, and also his partner in crime, Cody McCulley. What's going on, guys? How y'all doing? Thank you for coming.
We doing good, man.
Same old.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, also, we're going to be doing a kind of an interview, talking stuff about the wrestling business here at the Indy circuit. And also, want to first give our thoughts and prayers and whatnots to Eli Daniels. Was in a severe car accident head-on with an 18-wheeler. God bless it. He's okay. Or right now, he's gotten through the surgeries. I believe we found out he was able to open his eyes, nod his head a couple of times. So that's great news. You want to go up and try pulling for Eli Daniels. You want to check it on Facebook. But yeah, a lot of the wrestling community definitely has been surrounding it, sending prayer requests and everything, and thoughts and good vibes to him. So good young talent, and hated that something like that happened to him.
Get well, Eli. Get well.
Yeah. Cody? Okay. Yeah. All right. So just, yeah, exactly. Man, we gotta have Chinese, yeah. Oh, really? All right, guys. So, yes, thank y'all for being on the show. Appreciate it. Got a couple of shows coming up that y'all are going to be a part of, but I know you got the Southern Violence Mayhem.
Southern Violence Wrestling.
Southern Violence Wrestling. Got that going on. That's February 26th. Also, February 27th. I know that there's going to be a show in Lawrenceville. I don't know if you're in it yet or not, but
we're not on that one.
I know All Wrestle Talk will be there. Gotta plug myself too. About that. Y'all ain't the only ones trying to get out there. but for real. Also, February 6th, Southern Pride, and also March 12th, you guys are going to be a part of the Charles Smith appreciation. Charlie Smith.
Yeah.
So hey. When trying to remember everything, I feel like Ian Tron wins it all. But anyway, he's a football player that can't remember crap either. But he's got 6 kids and started football or high school, so that kind of happens. So anyway, yeah, exactly. Don't remember. It's the place you went to get dipped from. So anyway.
Joke's on you, I sold it.
Well, all right, guys. So
my money driving around all these shows.
So going into doing the indie wrestlers, you guys work for a lot of different companies. Let's give them a little plug, a little love. I'm gonna go to point at each one of y'all. You tell where that you guys wrestle out of, and let's just start from there. Cody, go ahead and start.
Well, we got APW tomorrow in Royston. Like you said, we have the Southern Violence and Wrestling show coming up in February, and then we got Southern Pride in March. That's all we really got planned right now. Other than APW every Friday, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, Hoss.
Basically, APW, the Southern Violence Show, Southern Pride, and every now and then Platinum.
All right, and also, one of our guys is now free and now being able to be with us now. So Taco, much love for you. Yeah, he's emerged now. So let's go ahead and talk. Guys that you've wrestled with, you've been through these shows, you've had people, mixed views or mixed folks that come around, guys that'll build you up, guys that'll tell you down. What's the best thing about being a part of indie wrestling for you guys so far?
Just being able to do something that you dreamed of doing as a kid.
Just doing something
that's part of it for me.
I was doing it. I wanted to do it since I was little. I mean, I grew up around it, and it was like a dream for me, and now I'm living it.
Now, I want to get to you on this one because, you got to be in indie wrestling. Your dad was in it. And, where others be like, oh, you were in the big show. No, but your dad was in indie wrestling. So you got to kind of see the life and also kind of grew up around some of the guys that are there now. And I know one of them calls you your nephew. Others are like, treat you like a brother. Yeah. So what is that like? Kind of, as a kid, you saw them growing up in it. So, yeah, did it help you prepare you to be more into the indie lifestyle where others feel like this is a stepping stone where you kind of understand what this is?
Like, it helped me a little bit to like no get used to like being in the locker room with a bunch of people you don't know. Like when I was like 3 or 4, I was always brought in the locker room by my dad. Shaking hands, getting used to doing that when I walk in because I do it now. Uh, some people are trying to say I'm trying to live off of my dad, but I'm not. I'm trying to make a name for myself, and that's just going with him to all these shows. It got me used to traveling and having to be there at a certain time to help put the ring or stay afterwards, take it down. Or, I was paying my dues little when I was little to now. I'm still doing that, and it's just it got easier for me once I got older.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was allowed to get in the ring and train for a little bit, and then actually one of my dad's best friends trained me into it, and so like Jamie Holmes, Roscoe Ray, they claimed me as their nephews. Those are two that trained me. Terry Lawler started helping training me after a while, and that's just it got simple for me after that.
Now, Cody, I want to ask you because see where Justin kind of was in, kind of got into it. How did you get into indie wrestling, and what made you kind of, get into it at the age you are? Because of the fact that, you know, where one was kind of already, I don't want to say bred into it, but kind of just felt like you wanted to be a part of it. What drew you into the indie wrestling?
Well, what got me into wrestling as a whole was seeing Sting on WCW back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I know he hates Sting.
Oh, really? You hate
Yeah,
Sting?
he's not a big
God,
fan.
he's not a Sting mark.
But
That's
what
bad.
really drew
Go
me
ahead.
into the indie side of it was there was a show called NWA Wildside.
Okay.
And my dad took me to it when I was a young kid. And seeing wrestlers like Azrael and all them that still wrestle today, that really drew me in, showed me that there's another world to wrestling, not just what we see on the TV.
Yeah.
But that it's actually happening in like the small towns and everything.
Now, did you guys, because obviously you are younger than me, I'm going to pull that out, but my question is this. Were you guys ever introduced to like some of the early days of the wrestling, like WCW before the 90s? Some like the Georgia Mountain Wrestling, the Texas Wrestling, some of those classic shows that kind of, I don't want to say idolized, but kind of showed you the type of lifestyle that wrestling was. Living off the road.
For me, I got into a lot of the older stuff after the fact, after I got into like the 90s and all that. But I mean, I'm a huge fan of that kind of like that era of wrestling and everything.
My dad showed me like old NWA stuff.
Yeah.
He would literally sit me down for like 4 or 5 hours and have me like study it. And he goes, "I'm not trying to tell you to wrestle like that," but he goes, "You can do a whole lot with headlock takeovers and everything else."
His dad actually sat us down recently when we were at his house and watched. Wasn't it old NWA wrestling? Or was it World Class?
I think it's World Class that we watched.
Oh wow, that's some good stuff too.
Yeah,
World
sat us
Class
down and watched some really old wrestling and told us to like study it really closely and see what they do and what kind of reaction it gets.
People like for me, to call action, I try to actually study like Gordon Soley, Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, Scott Hudson, also Chris Cruz, and also so just so many people. So in that regard, studying from the old school is good. Also with the wrestlers. So for you both, who are wrestlers that caught your attention the most? I'm talking like when you first, kind of realized you want to be a wrestler. So what kind of guys you kind of gravitate when you're working and you don't do every single move like them, but you just kind of like how they present themselves?
Sting, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, people like that were some of my favorites as a young kid.
Some great matches between Jericho and Benoit and Sting. Yeah. So you now. Did you remember them when they wrestled as the Radicals and they came into WWE?
No, I found out about
was
that.
Was it more with WCW?
Their
WCW work or their ECW days, or?
I was more familiar with them in like the Attitude Era type deal, like when Jericho came in with the countdown and everything.
Oh God, that was
that
one of the best ways to come out. Was
that was the Jericho I knew for the longest time.
But understand the WCW when those guys wrestled. Oh my God, there were points I thought they were trying to kill each other, but that just shows you how much trust they had as friends. Because there was one time they showed Chris Benoit powerbomb Eddie Guerrero, and I'm talking his head
Oh yeah, he
popped
came
up.
out
Yeah,
of
I
it.
think it's on Facebook.
Yeah,
But
it's been on Facebook.
oh my God, I saw that and it reminded me of that match. I was like, oh, I gotta find that match.
Mhm.
But it's just one of those days. What about you, man? What?
Mine was like Arn Anderson,
Mhm.
Macho Man, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes. Then I got into like the newer stuff, which was like Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, Jericho, Triple H.
Yeah.
Those were, and Shawn Michaels. That was.
So Shawn Michaels for you, Sting for you.
Yeah.
That actually would be an excellent WrestleMania match, actually, if you ask me. So, and
This thing don't get hurt again.
no, it wouldn't. But anyway, you're so mean. That's why Sting's going to whoop up on Seth. We're going to do a feud for you.
So isn't that why Seth Rollins beat him?
Look. It was a work. Jerk. It's real to me.
Probably wouldn't let a guy from WCW hold the heavyweight title.
Actually, they
never
could've.
stepped in the E ever until he came to WrestleMania.
Are you so mad that he's in the Hall of Fame?
Not really. Believe it or not, I am not upset about that. I see what he did in WCW.
Yeah, I was about to say, the man does have...
He did good. Not too good in TNA, but WCW, that was better.
I try not to remember the fact that he was in the TNA Hall of Fame. I feel kind of bad. It's almost like, here. And it's like,
You can just take this back.
Yeah, you put it back. That's like being some heavyweight champion. Anyway. But, I didn't say the whole thing. So, the thing I wanted to ask you guys, though, what's the best trait that you could give someone, like if you were like, hey, here's a piece of advice for you guys starting out, what would be the best advice you would give guys coming in now?
Basically keep your mouth shut and listen to what the veterans have to say, because you can learn a lot from the people that have been in the business before you and everything. They always have great advice to offer. I mean, if you listen to that, you can't help but learn it as long as you keep your ears open.
And don't walk in like you're Mr. Billy Badass. Just because you're a wrestler, a new wrestler at that, don't think that you know everything from the books. Just because, you were trained for 3 or 4 years, don't mean you know everything in the company.
Yeah, because every day
you still got old school guys learning new stuff, like every day.
So, all right, I'm not saying name names because we're not going to do that. But what I want to know is, what's the most challenging part or type of people that are real tough to deal with? Because you can work with a guy that's trying if he doesn't know anything, but he's trying. He's trying to give you his best. But what's the biggest challenges for you guys when you're in a match? Maybe someone new, maybe somebody thinks they know it all. What's the biggest challenge for you all when you're dealing with someone?
Either a newer guy who doesn't listen well at all, or someone who just doesn't care anymore. Like they don't really have the passion for it anymore, so they're not going out there and trying to give it their best. Those are pretty hard people to deal with.
I just don't like the ones that act like they know everything, and then once you get in the ring with them, they don't know how to do a simple lockup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. We'll call it in the ring, and then go to lockup, and you're like, I thought you were trained. I thought you knew how to do the lockup. And then after the match, they complain about stuff like I messed up on.
Mm-hmm.
But when I tell them, well, you did this wrong, and no, I did. I know what I'm doing. Okay. You keep believing that.
What are in the business? You guys got different crowds, people into it. What is it? What's the feeling like when we've all been to shows where you kind of have to feel like you got to drum up the crowd a little bit, but crowds that are instantly, they get it, they feed off of it, they give you the energy. What's the really best places to work, crowd wise? That you would be like, I'm coming back here.
As far as crowd reaction, Platinum Championship Wrestling in Porterdale, their fans are freaking crazy, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Loud for every match, always hot. It's great. And then Southern Fried, they like to get invested in the characters a lot too.
Yeah.
They'll post about people in their fan club and everything.
Jesus, fan club's as vicious as it is.
Yeah, dude.
It's like you put something in there, you're like, whoa, okay, I'm backing off.
Yeah, I buy a ticket just to watch the comments.
Yeah.
The comments on the fan club sometimes.
Okay, I tell you what. Hashtag Rebel Blanket.
Oh man.
It GD.
It really.
But
poor man, he's just waiting on a woman.
Okay. Hey ladies, he's available.
Yeah.
He's 5'5" and weighs 200 pounds. Just saying.
Jeff Mooney, everyone.
And he's a human thumb. Just saying.
But like,
Oh, that's mean.
I like the crowd at APW. They get into it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember one that about almost hit me with a chair once.
Yeah, obviously, APW is my favorite.
Yeah.
But like
It's my favorite place to work.
Like he was saying, Southern Pride's crowd, they get into it. Like, oh my god. Other crowd at One We Wrestle, they get into it.
Oh, the wide. Well, that's back now. You mentioned Anarchy. You mentioned Wildfire or Wildside, and they were all done at that one building in Cornelia, which is now Why We Wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about. I mean, because I don't know much about them with the ownership and who's running it, but
Neither do
how
I.
okay, I was just gonna say, have you seen the new show there?
I've worked 2 of them, yes.
And is it any different from the Anarchy show, or is it kind of similar? Or
I'm not gonna go too far into it, but I mean, there's still a lot of the Anarchy originals, a lot of the Anarchy normal guys.
so the fans that
Along
want,
with-
yeah.
Yeah, the fans are happy because they still get to see the talent they're used to, and they get to see some new faces. But I'm not really gonna go too much into that.
Oh no! I'm just all I'm saying is because some people when they see a new name
Yeah.
they think our guys are gone, and that's why I said some people don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I wanted to bring that
there's
to
still a lot
Portland.
of classic Anarchy guys there.
Good, and those Anarchy guys are really good.
Phenomenal.
A lot of the guys intermingle. A lot of them wrestle different spots. And having Justin Legend here, he was talking about how you can go around in in this radius,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like 5 different shows in 5 different areas.
Yeah.
Wrestling has become indie wrestling has almost become popular now, where fans want to or people want to see it because now it's like, oh okay, let's go see an indie show. How do you guys feel about the fact that it's getting so big, or guys coming out, more people coming? And is it harder for y'all to kind of do more research to find out if these guys are legit, what not,
I mean, of course, I'm happy that wrestling's cool again and more fans are coming out to show support. As far as trying to find out if like people are legit, I mean, every show is gonna have some guys that don't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just focusing on helping them be what they want to be and helping them learn as much as they can. All that good stuff. I mean, of course, there's some promotions that you want to avoid, but I mean,
Well, I mean,
every area has
you
promotions you want
got
to avoid.
you got your shows that get it, but then you're gonna have shows that just miss it, and it's nothing bad. It's the case.
It's just how it is. It's indie wrestling. I mean, there's always going to be.
And if you give your best talent, your best effort, at least you're doing that. But what I'm saying, I'm not saying you're going to someone's backyard wrestling and saying I'm a wrestler. No, I'm saying you're going somewhere and you go, okay, these guys, something's just not feeling right. I get that. But I'm talking about the guys that actually, is it, when someone says, well, I'm in this promotion and you never heard of it, what's the best tools, what's the best way to find out about them?
Well, YouTube.
Talk to a bunch of guys.
Or talk to a bunch of guys that work there and ask them how it is.
Yeah. What's, besides yourselves, who are the guys that you've really enjoyed working with and against? So that's tag team or against each other? I know you do both like working each other, so I'm actually going to take that to a separate subject. I want to ask about that.
I like wrestling people like Strychnine, Antron Brewer, Jacob Ashworth, Scott Mason. Those are all great guys to work with.
Right.
I like working guys like he said, Strychnine, Brandon Parker, Justin Legend. I've worked him a few times. Antoine Brewer. Never worked him, but I've been in a tag team with him.
Yeah.
And I've seen his matches, and they're great.
He is actually really good.
And Jacob Ashworth, Azrael, Big F and Deal, those.
I really enjoyed working Ethan Case.
Cool, yeah.
That was like the most fun I've ever had in a wrestling ring.
I enjoyed working the Bullets. That was a fun match.
All right, now we're not going to crap on your partner that was in that match, but the Bullets gave you a legit criticism to you, and I want you to share because sometimes guys got to hear. It's almost like this. Some people go, "Well, tell me what I did good," But then, so there's some guys that want to learn, they're like, what did I screw up?
Mhm.
So for you, when you got to talk, because, you do get to talk to these guys after the match, what were some of the things they told you for you to work on for you? And then, what was the ultimate thing they said?
Well, I botched a few things, which everyone knows you will never have a perfect match ever.
And was it nerves that you were wrestling
It
bullets
was
too?
because the Bullets are a huge tag team.
Yeah.
And they've been on Ring of Honor a few times, so it was like I was nervous on working talent like that. And that's why I botched a little and I forgot some spots. But the big thing they told me was that my partner sucked and I needed a new
That
one.
wasn't me, by the way.
No. Remember, I'm not saying. We're just,
My partner sucked.
That was not Cody.
I needed a new one. Because if I had a different partner, that match could have went a whole lot better than it did. I mean, it was still a great match, but it could have went a little bit smoother, I guess, without someone just like, no, I don't want to take this and take that and everything else. So
I'm going to throw back at you on a match for you, working the Ethan case.
Mm-hmm.
Was he able to give you some guidance, give you some help, and maybe some critiques that were able to help you?
Oh, dude, yeah, Ethan, he carried me through that match.
I wasn't thinking that way, but I mean,
he carried me
yeah.
through that match, man. It was great though.
But what was some of the
Ethan's
best?
one of those guys that you can work, and he just can't have a bad match, you know.
Yeah, he really is good too.
So I mean, I kept up with him, but that was all him.
You guys
got like first started too?
That was around the time I first started APW.
Wow. So another one, you guys got to work Big F and Deal, and that's Jeter and Brian Blaze.
Yeah, my chest still hurts from that.
But what these guys are really good. Also on the indie scene. What were, because see, these guys are kind of known, but I want to know that these guys kind of were able to give you some advice and was able to help you in kind of helping mold what you're becoming as you're working more into the business.
Working them definitely helped us gain experience as a tag team match. Every time we have a tag match, like teaming with each other, we learn what works, what doesn't, what gets reactions in some places that might not get the same reaction in other crowds. So, I mean, every match is a learning experience. I loved working those guys, though.
Now we're going to get to both of y'all now because, you guys wrestled each other first time. Actually, I remember your first time wrestling was with him. And you guys actually had that show that we all kind of worked together at. And you guys really did well. And I was very, I told Jeff, I said, well, let's see what he does, dude, and tell me how it goes. Okay. And he's like, he came up to me, I want to work him again. He's good. So, and that's what I'm saying. So, because he told me, click. I'm like, all right, go for it again.
It really was a click.
So my question is, working each other, teaming up, when did the dynamic kept, because you guys kept working each other for a while. I know we did like a couple of matches together with y'all, even a couple of vignettes we had fun with. But what was it for you both because, when did you guys click? When did you realize,
I feel like we were happy working singles a lot and everything, but we kind of wanted to get into the tag team field. I mean, he has been working tag team for a while. He wasn't really happy where it was going at that time.
Yeah.
And I was wanting to get into some tag team wrestling, so I mean, it was just a logical choice. We're best friends. We ride together.
I know myself when we talked about it, when me and him were talking about it, I said, if you feel better with that guy, I'd rather you be with that one. Because for me, wrestling, you could tell when someone's feeling it versus someone's just going through the motions. And I hate that. It really is hard because you got a guy that's all in and you got someone that's halfway not in. You can't have that because their heads aren't in the ring.
Yeah.
So that's a big challenge. Have you guys, being up and down the roads already, done some tag, done some singles? Have you ever had to check each other, had to go, yo, man, get your head back in the game? Have you ever had to go through that, just, helping each other out?
He has once with me. When a certain member of my family got to me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We both did.
Yeah, he was going through a rough period of time sometimes. Or this one time, and I had to help him get his head back in the game, tell him, you can do this, man. You don't need to let what people say to you, like, fuck with your mind too much.
Yeah, I got you.
The next day we went to a show, and I was back at Hoss.
I've killed ever since.
Oh, God, get away from me now. All right, so guys, big Rumble coming up. We got all kinds of guys. The Rumble's coming up. This is where we're going to switch to mainstream. You guys are wrestling.
Royal.
Let me put this.
Okay.
Let me put it this way. You guys, we talk indie, but this is all
Yeah.
wrestle talk, so I got to bring all into it. So the Rumble's coming up. Ring of Honor. All these rumors of a certain style, a man that could be called CJ Fashion, but we'd rather call him AJ Styles, or I know, I saw that picture. I'm like, CJ Fashion. It was the greatest thing. It was the meme. Someone made a meme. WWE's idea. CJ Fashion. Yes, find it on Facebook. You'll all see it.
Mimi, yeah.
Yeah, Mimi. I don't like calling them memes or memes or whatever.
You can't breathe.
Trust me, you know when that one signs something because he can't ever spell nothing right. But anyway,
Looks like reading that prescription.
I was like, what the hell? The Rumble. Yeah, WWE's been going through a dry spell because of the fact that they had so many injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And we know how injuries do affect the indie product as well as just the big product. What do you guys think with the Rumble and the rumors of maybe a Bullet Club showing up?
I've been pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, if I hear guns and they say Bullet Club, I'm going, all right, this is it. I would hope what my personal feeling is just have AJ Styles eliminate Roman and, he wins the belt.
That'd be pretty cool.
I
like
there.
Maybe Finn Balor. I'm gonna give you Balor mark. So that'd be pretty cool.
Well, he was the originator of the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
So it's him, Luke, and then everyone else came on board. So
yeah, I think it'd be cool if they brought the Bullet Club to the E and then had Balor be the leader of it there or whatever. That'd be cool. Pretty cool.
I would have so much fun. That would actually be the perfect time to make Cena a heel, actually, to bring him with the Bullet Club.
See, I'm going on a different route. I'll be
happy. Think about it. Think about it before you say no.
I'll be
no. You don't have to be the leader.
True. I'll be happy if the Bullet Club shows up, but I actually want to see Tyler Breeze make a name for himself in the E, not just being the pretty boy with a selfie stick.
Well, hold on. Let's talk about this because that's something that I was reading about. People getting all mad that he's not getting more of a push, and I understand. How long has he been in the E?
A couple months.
On the main roster.
Yeah, on the main roster for a couple months, but he made a huge name for himself at NXT.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Not like his work in NXT.
Yeah.
It's really good work. But what I'm saying is, and you guys can vouch for me. In the business, you there a couple of months.
Yeah.
Do you become a big name over a couple of months?
Not really,
nothing
but
happens overnight.
People say John Cena made it within 3 months. Everyone knew who John Cena was. But.
Well, look at the guys he worked at that time: Jericho, Angle. I mean, they made sure to push him over the moon.
Big Show. Yeah, Big Show. Big Show acted like a rapper.
Oh my God, that was so horrible.
Oh shit.
That was some pretty bad look. Those.
I'll show you.
Yeah, I think I got the videos. Oh man, it was very horrific. But Junior probably was taking notes, going, "I need to do that." Everyone's like, "That is horrible."
That's one of his American nightmares. Junior didn't show up till 2010.
What?
2009.
I was gonna say that's
no. That's 2007.
Okay, that sounds about right. Because when I went to that one indie show, that's when he brought back the Junior.
And then a couple years, then Psycho Man passed, and he still kept doing Junior. So yeah, I think about 07.
Mixed nuts. But anyway, we were going back. How frustrating is it in the wrestling business though? You guys, putting your work in, and you're not maybe getting pushed. You're not maybe getting what's the one thing you can rely on when things aren't going your way?
Well, the way I look at it, wrestling doesn't owe me anything.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm not getting a push, that's my fault, Or there's somebody that deserves it more than I do. So I just keep doing my thing, keep working hard to improve, get better. Then I know it'll come one day.
Yeah.
I don't get butthurt about it or anything because,
there's no reason to get butthurt over it.
Yeah.
This is your craft. You perfect your craft.
Yeah, exactly.
When someone says, "Oh, I don't like this that you're doing," well, don't ignore them, but listen to it a little bit. Maybe I could try something else, but then can still try to do what you're doing. If that don't work out, then okay, maybe that guy was right.
Well, exactly. Because you got people that want to, be like, well, I deserve this, and you go, well, how long have you been doing this?
Yeah.
You know, if you tell me a couple of weeks, I'm gonna look at you and go, get back in. You know, keep working. I mean, that's really the thing you can.
No matter what, wrestling doesn't owe you anything.
Yeah. I mean, you're doing. Why are you doing this, basically?
Yeah, 'cause I mean, you're living your dream. What more can you ask for? I mean, come on.
If you're one, I like what was it? I talked. Shane Andrews, one of the guys I interviewed one time. He goes, "If you want to be a big star, come on in. I'll let you get in the center of the ring. Put a big spotlight on you, and I'll take a picture, and I'll say, now get the fuck out of my ring." He says, "Because that's all. If that's all you want, there you go. You can send pictures to your friends and everything." He says, "But if you actually want to do this business, then you got to be humble." And that's something that I think of every time I hear people go, "Well, they're not getting a push. They're not getting a push." I'm going, guys, they just showed up.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't understand people that like aren't humble when it comes to the wrestling business, because I would think that someone who gets paid to, you know, play fight in their underwear, live their dream, would be the most humble person on the earth.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like, and all that, it's like, okay, you're in the big show.
Yeah, I mean, you're living your dream. You're doing what you always wanted to do. Just shut the fuck up and be happy.
You're getting a check.
Yeah.
And I guarantee it's bigger than some of ours put together.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it. Just go, assalamu alaikum, or bankum, or thank you, or welcome. You know.
I mean, if you don't like it, then
like it.
If you don't like, look, if you don't
like it, just you shouldn't be in it. If you're getting
well, my thing is this:
about shit,
if you don't like it, there's a whole lot of guys that we see, and we're going, can we get to see them in the E?
Yeah, there's always somebody waiting to take your spot.
Oh yeah, give it a little bit. They'll take it. You know, and it's like I said, you know, it's great to see guys that, you know, you had the dynamic with your dad being in it, and then you just coming on in, and then you both actually click. You know, people look at y'all, they probably would go, how are they friends? What the heck? What commonality? But it's that, 16 by 16, 18 by 18, you know, ring that, you know, we love to do. What is it that, what's one of the best matches or one of the best moments in wrestling that you guys had and that you just don't forget, that you can always go back and reminisce about?
The bull rope match.
Our bull rope.
That we had, that was pretty fucking epic.
I believe you became bull rope hungry because you made like 4, 5 different ones.
Yeah.
I'm serious, because I sat with him and I said, I want to do something different. And everyone was like, well, what are you going to do, Chris? I'm going, Justin, remember the bull rope matches? You thought I gave him a brand new PS4 out of the box. Here you go, man.
Yeah.
I took it and ran with it.
Because I was like, can you do one for me?
And
then before I could even tell Cody, you told him.
Because you were like telling me that we're gonna find me an opponent for it, and I was like, it's gotta be Cody. So the first thing I called Cody, I was like, Cody, you want to do a bull rope match with me? And Cody was like, wait, what? Slow down, because I was like going like 300 miles an hour talking, and I was like, okay, do you want to do a bull rope with me, like Dusty Rhodes, Superstar Billy Graham? And he goes, fuck yeah, let's go. So after that, like, you would come to my house and we're looking at bull rope matches and like, oh, we can do that, we can do that, and then after that we was like, just throw on.
We were watching like Dusty Rhodes versus Eddie Graham, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then JBL versus not Chris Jericho, but Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah. I know. One of my favorite ones was Luger and Stan Hansen. And then, God, I know Nikita did
I remember seeing a really good one with Bob Orton too, I think.
Yes, Bob Orton did some good ones too. Well, and that's the beauty of it. It's not, you know, where we talk about cage or submission. I'm like, bull rope.
Bring back some classics though.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to come up. You remember, you saw me.
I was talking about Iron Man match, but
yeah, but then you know, I didn't want someone to go on a 2-hour spiel about why we should be an Iron Man match. You know, one could so easily work one or not. But anyway.
Yeah, I was supposed to work that one guy in an Iron Man match, but he thought that meant 15 minutes.
Yes! Oh my God.
15 minutes is a normal match.
I was just like, no, that's not how this works.
It's like, yeah, maybe we could do a 15-minute Iron Man. I'm going, okay, Iron Man match, I could see it because, an indie show, you don't have much time. I could see a 30-minute if you wanted to, shrink it.
That's not as long as our board.
Yeah, that was fun. But then, or 45 minutes is a intense one.
Yeah, I love the classic hour.
Yeah, the hour is the classic. I mean, and not only that, it's like just there's so many ways in wrestling you can come across and do things. My question, one of the questions I had for you guys was, when we were creating, when we're talking, what was going through your heads? Because see, I know in my mind when I was coming up with ideas, I didn't want to give you everything because the way I see it is that ring is your canvas. If you're a painter and you paint, do your work. So what was the best part of doing a match like that?
As far as coming up with our bull rope match, I think the main thing we focused on was making it cool and everything. Doing some cool spots, but making it all make sense and tell a story.
Yeah, because I didn't want to. That's why I told Justin because he was like, "What do you want to do? What do you want to do?" I was like, "Have fun."
The story
the story. I wanted y'all to do.
Y'all jumped me in the backwoods.
Yeah.
And beat me on cowbell, choked me on rope, and then. Why not? Why not have a bull rope match so I can beat you with a cowbell?
Yeah, and we had the freedom to come up with all that and lay that all out. So I mean,
that was actually
it told a great story, and I mean the fans reacted to it because I think
that was actually our biggest crowd too.
Yeah, I was about to say that was the biggest draw that show's ever had was the night we did our bull rope match.
We had a lot of people come and they loved the match. They loved the end. They loved every bit of that match. I mean, yeah, it went over, but I didn't care. I mean, you're the main event.
I mean,
it's a bull rope match. Don't give me 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Or 15.
That'd be kind of weird to pull off a bull rope match in 10 minutes.
Because the first...
That would be it.
Like, my cousin recorded it, and, literally, we only did a couple of spots, and that was 10 minutes of it right there.
Yeah, that was just us bullshit from the rope.
And then I'm seeing this number, I see over my head, I'm seeing a hand doing this number, going,
don't wrap it up.
I'm like, and they keep going! That was the beautiful thing about having a mic. I kind of overran that one.
Grant, we couldn't walk for a week after that.
The price you pay.
I mean, I wouldn't have done it with nobody else.
Yeah.
Like the first one for that company, I wouldn't have done it with nobody else.
No. And that's why I wanted to make sure I always want to make sure guys get their input because I know that's something that's very special to you guys, or you can get that trust from someone.
Mm-hmm.
And they can say, look, here's a match. I'm giving you all this program. What do you want to do with it? What way do you want to go with your character? And like I said, your match, you two had a very epic match. One of the best, like I said, one of the best crowds we ever had.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
Best matches I've had.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably the best match that place has ever had.
Well, I don't know, man. We also did have Nitrous and Axel the first time.
True.
And that was pretty epic because, see, they went after Odison and what was it? Odison and Solution that broke the ring.
That's true. And then
that's scary. I remember all these
down there.
I broke the ring with Solution.
Yeah, they did it twice.
With T-Bone off the top, wasn't it?
Oh God, that was one.
See,
of
the
those
funny part, he called it the first time me and him worked, and then I called it the second time.
Really?
I was like, it'd be cool. He goes, what? I said, we do the T-Bone spot again. People here haven't seen
Did you
that.
do it off the top both times?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And missed the fans because you gotta remember those fans were always in the way.
Oh yeah, the ones that's hanging from the
Yeah, we missed it, and
and you still slid too, by the way.
Yeah, I went from I was in the corner.
Could you imagine if you had to take? Oh God, that would have been hilarious. I'm sorry.
We haven't done nothing off the top.
Do what?
Yeah, we haven't done a move off the top.
Yeah, I don't think we have.
Surprises me actually.
I think Cody's doing that on purpose.
Probably. I don't want to break a ring with me.
No, you are the ring breaker. You know what? If he ever wrestles as like a masked man, we just call him ring breaker.
True.
I come to wreck the ring. The ring breaker. That would be your theme music.
Really pretend that didn't just happen.
I'm with you, but you know what? Yeah, actually, it's funny.
Hey, I can be funny sometimes. Don't say funny looking, because that's true.
It is very true. And I'm the host.
Yeah, blonde hair and a beard.
Yeah, trust me. And we're still trying to get used
Put
to
a
this
neon
blonde hair.
yellow beanie on.
You know, it's sad. People are actually looking at you going, keep the beanie on because we've seen the blonde hair, and you have been on trash
I think
bags.
we need to remove
Unveil it. Yeah, look at this mop.
Look at that beautiful
Yeah.
head of hair.
Yeah. Well, look. I mean, you got the black hair, you got the blonde. You guys could have come off as the Hollywood
We got the whole
blondes.
contrast thing going
Yeah,
on.
you definitely, you're a little bit country, you a little bit rock and roll.
The rest of the Eric Church.
Oh God.
We're the Eric Church tag team. You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh God, that means you gotta come out to that hill.
We can actually that on this one.
Not bad.
So how many times? Like if you got an idea of wrestling, how many times you call him? How many times did he call you when he's
Oh my God, dude, we have literally had 14 phone conversations in the last 2 days. We counted them earlier today. Literally, the last 2 days.
From like yesterday morning to this morning, there was 14.
Mm-hmm. And almost all of them was, hey, dude, I got this idea for a move, blah, blah. Hey,
all his
man.
thoughts off that way.
Like, hey, man, I got a spot for this match we got to do. Or, hey, I got us a double team move.
All right, did you see that move that they did? I think we could do it if you thought.
And even when, hey, man, you watch TNA?
Really? You watched
It was good.
He called me.
All right, I should have
This
watched.
was the first
That
time
time I
watched
should have
TNA
watched.
like in months.
All right,
And it was awesome.
I would have given if you would have text me saying, "Chris, TNA, watch it." I would have thought you would.
Because Maria Kanellis.
Yeah, that
Matt
one too. Yeah, that's true. True. And Matt Hardy's
Heel
Matt
turn.
his heel turn.
the double turn that made Ethan
Oh,
the
yeah,
face.
Tyrus.
Yeah.
And Ethan's a face now, like
Oh,
because they were booing Matt because he kicked EC3 in the crotch,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, what? It's a last man standing. I mean, that's what you do.
Yeah, you're doing everything you can to win. I mean, you get your woman and you get a big fat guy and tell him, "Hey, sit on him for me." All right, I win.
That could
Why?
actually work.
Yeah, you know what? I would have if I'm a wrestler and I'm doing a last man standing match. Dean, watch out! Don't let Kevin Owens sit on you. But anyway, I would actually get a sumo wrestler and sit on my opponent and be like, "Try to get up now, bitch!"
Sit there for the 10 count.
Yeah.
I like the spot John Cena did actually, where he duct taped Batista's leg.
Oh, that's one of my favorites. You don't even need to
to the
ask that.
pole.
Oh,
So he couldn't get up. Like one of the good spots Cena's did. I'm
Hey,
proud of him.
why not heal my boy?
I'm not hating. I'm giving him credit.
That was credit. Yeah, that was, and it couldn't happen to a better guy, Batista.
And like what Alberto did with Big Show, he tipped the announce table on top of.
Oh,
Big
that
Show.
was awesome. I have to admit, when I first heard, really, and then it's like watching, I'm going, this is pretty good. One of the better matches I've seen was Del Rio versus John Mundo when it was Lucha Libre.
John Morrison.
Oh my God, those two were going back and forth, and I'm going, oh my Lord, I don't want this match to stop.
Morrison's good.
Yeah, Morrison's good. It's like I said, some people don't love him all the time, but I mean, he's one that I think I would love to see him again. I would like to see him come back with Miz.
Yeah.
Since they're both Hollywood style guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and if Stone Cold would
no.
Stone Cold would allow it, let him come out as the Hollywood Blondes.
True.
Or Hollywood and Vine or something like that. And let them do the dirt sheet. That would be awesome. Oh my God, when they did the dirt sheet, that was one of my favorite shows. So, well, guys, look, you guys have a date against each other on the 26th, and also Strella.
Hey, what?
February 26th.
You
Oh, you didn't know? Yeah. He was just gonna drive you to the arena, and you'd be like, "What are you doing, Hoss?"
Basically.
I love you, Hoss.
Oh, show, not a date. Okay. The way you said it made me think you were taking me out somewhere.
I took you to McDonald's today. Does that count?
That's true.
You're a good friend, Hoss.
I even paid for you.
Damn.
I always pay for you.
I was about to say, where's my Coke Zero?
Oh, you didn't bring in this Coke Zero.
Son of a bitch.
We suck.
I know. Golly.
But yeah, we got that match coming up.
Yeah.
February 26th. It's going to be a Full Metal Mayhem match. Us and another wrestler, Skrilla. It should be pretty good.
Yeah. And basically,
My first Full Metal Mayhem match ever I've been in.
Same. It's not really a common match. But we're definitely going to leave the fans with something to remember.
Cool, bro. You got
And hopefully I get one of Cody's teeth.
Really?
Yeah, I want one of Cody's teeth.
I don't have that many left. Leave me alone.
I want a beautiful pair of teeth.
No. If I was no. You can take a strand of his hair or something.
I mean, it's pretty. It's
I want to shave your head.
Watch. You know what? I can see it now. Y'all challenge each other in a hair versus hair match, and you both lose. You both reverse mohawk each
hair
other.
versus beard.
Oh. No. We saw it when he
Beard
shaved.
versus mustache.
That's cruel, man. Don't hate on me because I can't grow facial hair.
Look, we could get some Miracle Grow, some
Rogaine.
okay, color in a little bit.
I got Sharpies at the house.
Here we go.
We can make this work, man. Don't
All
feel
Wrestle
bad.
Talk exclusive.
Hey, we're gonna make
We
this
can go
work.
buy you one of those Duck Dynasty breeds.
That's not bad. You pay for that too?
I'll probably pay for it.
Dude,
Okay.
you know what? Oh, I got some ideas. We'll set it off. Guaranteed, this would be hilarious if we do this.
Okay.
But anyway, well, guys,
Or we can shave, like cut some of your hair and glue it to your face.
no, that
You have a long beard like I do.
no. I think the Duck Dynasty beard.
I mean, I can just cut the rest of his hair off.
No. The skull has to keep alive. You know.
Skull.
Yeah, I got Steph Curry making threes behind the line right
There
here.
you
So
go.
you know, swish. So I'm okay with the lack of hair. I understand. It's a life thing. I deal with that. And just know when y'all get my age, it's happening to y'all. So just remember, y'all making fun of me.
Yeah, Cody.
One day you're gonna wake up, you're gonna be like, ah!
His hair ain't going nowhere. We're talking about.
He's gonna be one of those that have like a few up here.
Just take me off, see what happens with a pair of scissors.
Even if I do lose the hair, y'all aren't gonna know it.
You don't wear a wig.
That wig.
Just make it match.
Yeah, because we're gonna look at Cody. What did you get red hair into your black hair? What are you talking about?
Suck.
Beautiful hair.
I dyed it. What you talking about?
I don't dye hair.
Oh my
I don't know
god.
how to dye hair.
I don't die here.
I didn't dye this. I didn't do it. I had this done.
By whom?
Who in the hell
My neighbor.
would agree to do this to your hair?
My neighbor?
Well,
Speaking of
it's-
Tyler Breeze, we got him right here, everyone,
With the beard.
with a beard.
Oh,
I'm
trust
a
me.
redneck Tyler Breeze.
We'll be videoing the entrance of somebody in WWE 2K16.
We'll get him a selfie stick and everything.
I have one, thank you.
Oh,
shit.
you're gonna.
It says shit happens. Don't say well shit. It's just shit happens.
Well, that's my show.
That's all the time we have.
Yeah, exactly. I want to thank Cody
That-
McCulley,
that's all, folks.
Hoss Michaels. Y'all, thanks so much for coming on the show, and also all Wrestle Talk Nation, AWTNation.com. That's where you see all these interviews. And Moondog, keep the rebel flag alive on your bed and not in the bedroom.
It's called the Confederate flag. It's not the
Oh,
Rebel
Confederate-
States of America.
The
sir.
Confederate blanket.
Thank you.
The Confederate blanket. That's what we're gonna call it. The rebel blanket. So he
Ladies and
just
gentlemen, single ladies, direct them to Jeff Mooney at Facebook.com.
the human thumb, baby.
Yeah,
the
5'5", 200 pounds. He didn't come here to pleasure nobody. He came here to pleasure himself.
himself. It's the moon dog.
He's the Moondog, y'all. IK. Y'all show up, IK. That's what that's all about. The Moondog. Him and his good loving. All right, guys. I'm C Double, and I'm out.